Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and Kevin Feige and Marvel made a huge splash at San Diego Comic-Con last night in their Hall H presentation. So here's everything that we know about Phase 4. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365. Alright, the big moment at San Diego Comic-Con was last night. Hall H, Kevin Feige came out and basically did a victory lap for Marvel and the cinematic universe. The big news, of course, is being that we got a whole bunch of Phase 4 announcements, as well as the official confirmation that Avengers Endgame has toppled Avatar as the #1 movie worldwide of all time, not adjusted for inflation, of course. That still belongs to, I believe, Gone with the Wind. But that was a huge thing for everybody that supported the movie, and of course Marvel and Disney and all them are pretty happy with that news. So with that being said, there's also huge amount of Phase 4 news. Not everything was revealed last night, but they're saving some of that for D23, which is going to be happening next month. So we're going to be getting more announcements for that as well. But let's jump into what we did get. So of course, to really no surprise of anybody, considering there's been reports of filming and all that kind of thing, Black Widow is scheduled for release, the first movie of the new phase, May 1st, 2020, starring Scarlett Johansson, and Florence Pugh is going to be playing Yelena, her protege from, assuming this takes place, of course, in the past, not after Endgame. We're not quite sure on the exact timeline. I think if I had to guess, it's either going to be before Infinity War or after Infinity War. I think it's probably after, judging from the set photos that I've seen. I'm excited about this. I know it's a long overdue that we've gotten a Black Widow movie. I can't wait to see it personally. Pretty much could say that for all these. So the next one that we're going to be getting for 2020 is The Eternals, November 6th, 2020. This one, of course, Angelina Jolie is the big headliner. As it was described to me by the bloggers and everything, was a Jack Kirby just explosion. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this. This is probably, out of all the properties that were announced, the most obscure, I think, even more so than Guardians of the Galaxy was when that was officially announced. And if you think back to Guardians of the Galaxy, there were a lot of people like, oh, this is never going to work. I don't see how they're going to make a movie out of this. It's not going to hit mainstream audiences. Keep that in mind when you hear something about the Eternals. This is a purely cosmic story. I think there's going to be a lot of elements to that. So I'm not gonna dismiss any movies like this that are lesser known properties. I think there's potential here in everything, and I think Marvel hasn't let us down yet, realistically. So that one's coming out on November 6th, 2020. Next up is ShangChi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, February 21st, 2021. And you heard that right, it's going to be the Mandarin as far as the villain goes. So we are going to be seeing a resurgence of what we sort of didn't get in Iron Man 3. Of course, there were hints to the Mandarin and the Ten Rings, I think pretty much in all of the Iron Man films. So this is going to be interesting as kind of a response to that, as well as, I wouldn't even be surprised if Ben Kingsley made an appearance, not as the Mandarin, but answering to the Mandarin in a way. So if everybody remembers the Marvel one-shots, when they used to do that, they had the All Hail to the King, and that directly tied into the real Mandarin. So that, I would not be surprised if Ben Kingsley did make an appearance in that. I think that's probably going to happen. It's a safe bet. And that's another kind of an obscure property, is ShangChi. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that one. All right, so next. This one was kind of a bit of a surprise. Not the fact that we're getting a sequel, but the way that it was described. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Ooh, so as described by the director, this is pretty much going to be a full-on horror film, according to Derrickson. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think this pretty much, we're probably going to be getting Nightmare as the villain, which is a well-known Doctor Strange adversary. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Also, very important, Elizabeth Olsen as the Scarlet Witch will be appearing in the film. This is cool. This is cool in and of itself, because we need to see more interactivity as far as the standalones go. If from, you know, Doctor Strange perspective and so forth and so on, I would like, you know, I don't want all these characters to just disappear and wait for their own movies. Show up in other films, that kind of thing. Little reunions here and there. I like this idea. I think it's an awesome, and according to Feige, that I'll talk about that later when we get to the Disney Plus stuff. But this is going to have direct, you know, reference and connections to the WandaVision show. I'll touch on that in a few moments. All right, the big surprise, sort of the night, I think, was Thor 4, not called 4, but Thor Love and Thunder. That is going to be appearing November 1st, 2021. Jane Foster is back, played once again by Natalie Portman. And if you've seen Jason Aaron's run in the Thor series in the last 5 or so years, you know that she will become the God of Thunder. This is cool. She came out on stage, she held the hammer. I guess they're bringing back Mjolnir in some way, shape, or form, or if they're crafting a new one, I don't know. But Tessa Thompson's gonna appear. Of course, Chris Hemsworth, you know, playing Thor at some point here. This is going to be cool, I think. I know there's a lot of that controversy going on, but with, you know what I'm talking about. But if you get a chance, check out Jason Aaron's Thor run. I don't know if they're going to go exact word for word on how they publicize that one, but I'm very interested in this and what it could potentially mean. I'm, you know, Chris Hemsworth is going to always be Thor, and at some point, he's given up Thor, the character, has given up the hammer in various incarnations throughout his run. This is just one of those. So I think Thor one day will be Chris Hemsworth again. But in the meantime, I'd love to see Jane Foster's run at it and see if they're going to tackle those difficult storylines. I'm interested in what we're getting here. This is going to be Taika Waititi. I think he's going to be all over this one. It sounds very, very interesting. And of course, they close out the movie section by bringing out Mahershala Ali. He will be the new Blade in an upcoming film project, not yet dated. Exciting stuff. Oh, very exciting stuff as far as the film division goes. And of course, we did get some Disney Plus news that will, if you're not familiar, Disney Plus is going to be launching this November, and it's going to be bringing original miniseries content, not, you know, connected as like the Marvel Television division. Marvel Television was responsible for the Netflix shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where those shows didn't really have a strong connection to the movies. As promised by Feige and Bob Iger, these shows are going to directly tie into the movies. None of this obscure references. These are standalone series that will have an impact on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what they announced first, of course, is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be slated for for fall of 2020. Sam Wilson will have Captain America's shield. He brought it out on stage. It was a very cool moment. This is going to be interesting what they do with it. This could pretend. I was kind of really hoping that this was going to lead into a movie, or this was announced. This was rumored to be a series since last summer, and I was really hoping that they were going to make this into a film. I probably would have just went crazy at the possibility there. But all right, Disney Plus series, it's going to have a big budget behind it, so just keep that in mind when you're watching these. That these are not like TV, you know, budgets and that kind of thing. So I'm excited to see what we're going to get with this one. I can't wait. Spring of 2021 will be WandaVision. This is the show I don't know. According to Olsen, it takes place after Infinity War, but we know what happened to her after Infinity War. So I don't know what this is all about. This is going to be fascinating in its own right. More details as they come, but right now this is the time frame for that. Loki's series is going to be taking off in spring 2021 as well. That one is directly been attributed to what happened to the previous incarnation of Loki in Avengers Endgame, where he grabbed the Tesseract. So I guess we're going to find out what happens after that point. It's promised to be really interesting, really good. Tom Hiddleston looked to be very excited to do it. And of course, we have the What If animated series is going to be appearing in summer 2021. I can't wait. In comics history, I love What If. And that was one of my favorite books to go to. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. We already know about what if Peggy Carter became Captain America. But imagine the possibilities. The gloves are off as far as what we could possibly get here. I can't wait. And finally, the last announcement for Marvel that evening is Hawkeye series fall 2021, and Kate Bishop will in fact be a part of this series. Jeremy Renner, of course, will be Hawkeye, so we will see a good show, great budget behind it. Remember, keep in mind that all these Disney Plus shows are Marvel Studios, so there is going to be some real connecting tissue here. I'm excited. This was a cool thing to have last night at Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. More news to come. Now, they did also reference Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, and yes, by name, the Fantastic Four were also referenced. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if we got those announcements at D23 next month, so be on the lookout for that. And of course, Kevin Feige said he ran out of time and he couldn't talk about the mutants. So, yes, tons to get excited about here. This was a fantastic show. I was very excited. It was actually kind of hard for me to sleep last night because I was so excited about what we're getting. Let me know in the comments below, what of all these announcements is the most interesting to you? What can't you wait to get your hands on? I'm excited for all of it. I can't wait. Love it all. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 360.